What's up, losers, and welcome back to another episode of the Popular Loser Podcast, where it's okay not to fit in. I'm your host, KD, and today I got two new guests with me, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Ladies first.
All right. Well, my name is Tish. I am one half of No Politics.
And I'm Shaun Carlo, the other half of No Politics.
All right, I want to kind of implement something new to the channel, man. Y'all music got a lot of meaning to it. So I got a couple of y'all quotes. So it's called a game. It's a game called Finish the Quote. So
okay.
It's all stuff from y'all last album.
I don't know none of my lyrics.
So just finish it and then tell me kind of like what it means to you. All right, I'm gonna do two for you and then two for you.
All right.
So the first one is the hunger for validation.
That's Carlo.
The hunger for validation.
I have you feeling.
The hunger for validation that have you feeling bulimic, distorting everything you see and fucking off what you eating.
You hear me? That's a powerful line.
Yeah.
So kind of dive into it, man. What that line mean?
I mean, basically that line was, obviously it's a play on like, the eating disorder, like bulimia, where, people have issues with their self-image. And how, a lot of times they'll often, make themselves, throw up, not to get too graphic, but, just tying that and the issues that people see with that, like a physical issue versus like what people have, like their fear of the way people see them, like just as a person, you know what I'm saying? Like the things that they want to do or the things that they're trying to do. People go out their way trying to prove themselves or feeling like they're not enough, and it causes them to do like different things that isn't always good, or end up hurting them in the long run more so than if they just accepted what they were, or being happy with how they were in the moment. Yeah, a
lot of people don't know how to enjoy the moment for real.
Yeah, facts.
A lot of people trying to live, either they live two in the past or two in the future.
Yeah, for sure. And too much for other people.
Oh yeah. Oh, this social media.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They do anything for clout. Nobody thought it was. Nobody thought it was as real as what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
But they really do anything for clout.
Yeah, facts.
So I got another one for you. Feel like I lick. Oh no, my bad. Feel like I lick on a knife
that cut American pie.
That was one of my favorite verses of his.
Man,
that project.
I like Rose. Rose is probably the hardest song to me. When I listened to it, that one caught my eye.
Yeah.
It was like in the first 10 seconds, the beat and all that. Mm-hmm. But we gonna get more into it. But yeah, go ahead and explain the lyric.
Yeah, I feel like I lick on a knife that cut American pie. Is like I think like the idea of American pie and like just American traditions. And like what the American dream was, I don't think it was intended for, Black people. So like we'll never get like a full slice of that. We'll never get to fully be aware of that. But like when you're a kid, if you making a cake or if you cutting something, you may want to get a taste off the knife or off the bowl or whatever. And I feel like a lot of the times that's the most that we get. Mm-hmm. But you licking a knife though, that's pretty dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It come with its own implications. And it ain't always what it's cracked up to be, and you don't get your full taste anyway. So, that's kind of what it feel like sometimes, trying to strive to be hyper successful in this world by, your means or whatever people think is success. And so that's what that line was about.
It's like y'all own little rap genius.
Right. I should have refreshed on some of the lyrics.
All right, now I got two for you, Tish.
Okay. If I can get them.
We take more pride in our clothes
than we do wearing our skin.
That's a real powerful line right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, self-explanatory. Especially in today's age, like you said, like everybody doing stuff for clout or just doing stuff because they feel like they have to, or they see people on Instagram doing it. Chasing, just trying to wear certain things or trying to fit into certain groups. When really, you need to just be comfortable within yourself. Like even kind of piggybacking on the line that he said, like, bulimia is a real issue, or just self-image is an issue, and especially in our culture altogether. So, just being more comfortable in your own skin. I think that's very important for us as Black people.
Mm-hmm. I think I might have took it a little differently when I first heard it. I figured you kind of meant more like, you know, how a lot of black people like designer clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, so it is similar to
Yeah,
okay, bet.
yeah. Like, you know, underneath all of the clothes, you have to be comfortable in your own skin. So yeah, it definitely hits on a little bit of all of that in that line.
And this next one, it was I kind of the whole lyric is fire. It was a little longer than even the first three, but is you taking or not? And I'm not talking about X and O's.
I'm not talking about X and O's. I'm talking about what I say?
I know how you love on hoes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So that was kind of like a double entendre, really. Like I'm not talking about like hugs and kisses. Like I'm talking about how are you really feeding your family? Because I think that's what I said on the next line. Like how are you really feeding your family? Like I ain't talking about like the BS that we kind of go through when we texting people or not really concentrating on what you need to be concentrating on. You really mess with. Can we cuss on this?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Like you really just fucking around. Like you just messing with the hoes. Like really, there's so much to life that we need to concentrate on, and people be on BS for real.
Facts.
That's so true.
Yeah.
A lot of people just they don't really got it together, man. A lot of people just kind of play with life, and life ain't really meant to be played with, man, because it can be going like that.
Yeah, immediately.
For sure.
No warning.
So to kind of get into the name, No Politics, how did all of it just come together? I know you kind of spoke about it a little bit on the last one, but go a little more into depth to it.
Well, since I spoke on it on the last one, Tish can.
Yeah. I feel like okay. Well, No Politics. When we first started, naturally, there's a lot of politics in everything that you do in every industry. So we kind of wanted to just play on that. Like, you know, we are very raw. We are considered like underground hip hop or like the backpack rap or that sense of hip hop or whatever. So we just wanted to kind of like, you know, no politics. You cannot deny the talent that we bring to the table at the end of the day. And especially, you know, a representation of a female rapper and a male rapper, you know, that combination you don't really see a lot, if at all, especially, you know, around in the city. So.
And especially like with the way y'all do it.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever kind of feel like the pressures of having to change y'all music? To, you know, because obviously, you know, as you were speaking about in the last interview, you know, it is a little harder to get to the top with the style of rap, even though honestly that might be the better rap.
Right.
You know, it is a little harder to get to the top of rap. So do y'all ever feel, and especially like, you know, with you and as a woman, you know what I'm saying, what most women singers, I mean, rappers rap about, do y'all ever feel the need to like, or the pressure to have to change y'all style?
Not anymore.
I was about to say, not anymore. Yeah. At this point, I think it's really more so about relating to the people that you're going to relate to, you know, being yourself authentically. It's somebody that's like you know, you don't have to really force yourself to be something that you're not. It used to kind of be like that. I feel like when I first started, like I didn't necessarily go into that type of bag, but it was still in the back of my mind. Like, this is what people want to hear. So do I need to kind of like switch it up a little bit? But nowadays, you know, I think it's important to tell your story. Somebody gonna relate to it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the inclinations still pop up every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe we should try to go this way or whatever. But I think what we do now is like we just try to switch it up on every project and like just tap into like different layers of ourself and pull on different experiences. So it's not always the same. And sometimes you do pull inspiration from some, you know what I mean, like more like popular style tracks. Like when I was producing Rose, like just the rhythm of that one felt more like a Detroit style track. You know what I mean? Like the sample was a little bit more, you know what I mean? Not so much mainstream today, but like, you know, I'm like, people will feel this, you know what I mean? And we just put our own spin on it. So it's things like that where it happened, but no pressure to just like, we have to do this. You know what I mean? It's a bonus if it happened, but yeah.
What even made y'all choose the style of rap that y'all chose? And I know probably when y'all came together, it was more of like a collective thing. But what even got y'all into, you know, this style of rap?
Just natural.
Yeah, I think it just happened organically, really.
Yeah.
Naturally, we kind of the same, but at the same time, we have like different styles of creating and like, you know, the type of music that we like. But I think at the core, we're definitely the same in a sense where we can connect on that level. Yeah. When we making music together, so.
Yeah.
I know you said some of your one of your favorite rappers was Nipsey, and I got that same question for you. Who are some of your favorite rappers?
Some of my favorite rappers are Jay-Z, Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Kanye, Lauryn Hill. Rappers, but I also listen to a lot of other music like R&B and soul and stuff like that. So I kind of pull a little bit from everywhere.
What's maybe your favorite genre of music to listen to?
That's tough because I feel like I get pulled in different directions. I love hip hop, and at the same time, I also love like soul music too. So I don't know. I couldn't pick honestly, but I would probably say hip hop. Really.
Okay. Did you have an artist that really kind of influenced you to start rapping, or like, you know, get into that? What originally made you start rapping in the first place?
Not an artist. It was really my surroundings. Like I have family that was into music. My dad is a singer. My uncle is a rapper. So really, I just kind of just pulled from my environment. It was probably just natural that I did music. So it wasn't really like an artist that really did it. It was just my environment that I grew up in.
Okay. What about you?
Which part? What got me into it?
Yeah. What originally got you into music at all?
I just grew up listening to it. Like that was like my thing. Like when I got my first computer in like 2003, that's all I did was just download music. Like literally from then on. So like I just was always listening to it. And like when I was in school, I loved to write. So like when I saw 8 Mile, I was like, That was the first time I ever like tried to write a rap was after I watched 8 Mile. And from there, it was
you said the bars was that fire.
Yeah, and I loved Eminem at the time too.
Facts, I
so
feel
you know what I mean. So that like, and it just kind of came together. Like it was just something I always kind of wanted to do. And then when we got the opportunity to do so, it just was like, you know, like they say, you get your whole life to make your first album. Like I just kind of felt like I was pulling from all the stuff that I had listened to, and that's kind of like also the last question. Like that's what influenced my style. Like just how would my favorite rappers approach this, and that's just where it went. For sure.
That's dope. You can hear a lot of Nipsey in your music also.
People
most
say
definitely.
That
yeah.
I've been getting that a lot. I've been getting it more now. Like back in the day, it was a lot of like J. Cole, but like recently, and it makes sense because I started listening to Nip more than I listen to Cole. But like recently, I've been getting Nip a lot.
When did you become a fan of Nipsey?
I became a fan of Nipsey.
Because, you know, a lot of people really didn't know who exactly he was.
Know
for
who
real.
Nipsey
Until
was.
after he passed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the very first time I heard Nipsey was, this was 2009. I was listening to Sirius, just in the car with my grandma. She had Sirius XM, and he was on there. And he did an interview, and he played his song, The Hustle Way. And I was like, yo, that's dope. But I didn't really think nothing of it. I wasn't really hip to, like, mixtape era music then. And then he ended up on a Freshman cover. And I just downloaded everybody who was on there. I was like, oh, this is dude who I heard, you know what I mean, on Sirius or whatever. And I just started listening. So around 2009, 2010, I became like a full fan when the Marathon came out. But like I got hip about 2009.
Okay. And honestly, I feel like you kind of sound a little like Dej Loaf. Have you ever heard that?
Too, yeah. I get that too.
Do you like her music?
Yeah, I like Dej Loaf music for sure. I liked her before she even blew up. Like that mixtape. Yeah, we was listening to her for sure.
Yeah.
What was it? Just Do It?
Just Do It.
Yeah, I thought she was cold.
See, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Until she dropped the Try Me, I never had heard of who Dej Loaf was.
Yeah, because we was already kind of like in that scene. We had kind of like we just knew like the people that was coming up, and then like
we had did an event with Loaf.
Yeah, we
like,
did.
We had our very first event, like anything that we ever did with music. We had through like a rap show, and she
was one of the performers.
She was one of the performers,
and this is like before she blew up, huh?
About 3 years before she blew up.
Wow.
Yeah. But we was like we was in the underground scene. So was she. She was a peer. You know what I'm saying? And we liked her music, so we reached out and we put that together, and she took off. That was dope. That was real cool to see. That was like probably the only person I've ever seen like blow up.
Yeah, you know, that close.
Yeah, that like you know, that was dope. Yeah.
I feel that. Cause she even after that song, she kind of had like a little pop hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why she on pop as much as she did. Cause I don't feel like the music got any worse. It's just I guess that's how music go for real.
Man, so many people done took her style too.
That's
Oh,
true.
man.
Like, you know what I mean?
They
Like,
definitely,
yeah, I don't know why. I'm sure she's doing well. I think she's her career has been a good career. I don't know exactly what she's doing like behind the scenes, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was, you know what I mean, in some rooms doing some behind the scenes where she still pop up on big tracks every now and then too. So
Yeah, for sure.
you know, it's probably, I don't know, but she can.
I'm sure she's doing something.
Yeah,
'Cause
she
I mean, in the fashion world too, she was
Yeah.
doing a lot. So
Yeah, Love sweet.
Yeah.
I like Love.
Speaking about live performances and stuff, how many have y'all done?
we have
Countless.
a minute.
It's been a long time, but when we was first getting going, it was a lot.
A lot. That
Really?
was the way to like
Yeah,
get yourself out there for the most part. Like you had like Twitter and stuff like that. Instagram wasn't really popping like that.
Yeah.
Or you had to go to
Especially like promoting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you literally had to go like every weekend you had to be somewhere freestyling or performing amongst your peers. So and that was a fun time too.
that was a great time.
Speaking of like freestyling, how do y'all do y'all? Are y'all punch in rappers, punch out? You know what I'm saying?
He more of a freestyle type rapper than I am. I'm a deep thought. Sit down, take me an hour to write 2 lines. Like,
She more meticulous, but I do write though. Like I write, but I wrote so much that like I try not to give it too much thought even when I'm writing, so that it happens quick. And like I freestyle a hook, but it's been a long time since I like freestyled a track. You know what I'm saying? So primarily we write.
yeah.
We vibe for real. Like sometimes, you know, we might just get on there and do something, keep whatever there. But
Yeah.
we write more than punch for sure.
As rappers, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all ever get like writer's block?
Sometimes.
I do more so than he do. I definitely do. Sometimes I need to just like live. You know what I'm saying? I can't really just. I used to when I was in the groove of writing a lot. I used to be able to just like write without beats and stuff like that. But now, like I really sit and I feel and I live and I experience and kind of let that guide my creativity.
So I know y'all got the latest one y'all dropped, but do y'all have any other music together outside of that tape?
Yeah, for sure. We got
We dropped one before the last one. We made it back home.
Bottle.
Yeah,
Come out.
we dropped Bottle EP.
Yeah, Bottle was our first effort together. It's an EP. It came out like 2018.
I think so.
Yeah, and then We Made It Back Home, which is the latest one, came out in 2021. So
Did y'all get a lot of good attention for We Made It Back Home?
we got some love for We Made It Back Home, for sure.
Especially coming back from such a
Yeah, layup.
gap of time between like our first project and even before that, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't really out there like that. Like he was doing stuff individually. I hadn't really like dropped anything. So to come back and still kind of get that love, it definitely, you know what I mean, we in the right direction.
How long have you been doing music?
Me personally, off and on about since 2014-ish. When did we start?
We started 2011. I think your first project came
It's
out in
2014.
15. But you was still rapping that whole
Yeah,
time, you know.
still rapping.
2011.
Yeah, so 10 plus years.
Wow. Y'all got the OGs for real. Y'all really OGs in the game.
Something like it. Something like it.
So to go into y'all tape together, man, you know, I know you said a lot of the stuff was one words for a reason. Can y'all speak on that and say why y'all did that?
Just thought it was cool.
Yeah, I feel like we always gravitate towards like simplicity. You know what I'm saying? But that still has a impact.
Yeah.
Even when we doing events, like it's always like one word or like the something. I don't know. It's just
The
it just seems
mixer,
more simple.
the showcase. That was our first one, was the showcase. Then we did the mixer.
Yeah,
Then we
so
did the classic. That's just kind of how we just real minimalist.
it's just our style at this
yeah.
point.
I feel that. You know, y'all music is just so thoughtful, you know what I'm saying? So take me into when y'all was making it. You know, how did y'all go about the tracks?
When we first started, I don't think we really had too much of a clear direction. It ended up going into a direction of like upbringing and things like that. We started like talking about like how we grew up, like just having organic conversations in the studio. So then that kind of like fed into the music. And then on top of that, like I said, it was a gap in between like when we were releasing music. So just like We Made It Back Home had another, I guess like significance to us because we had kind of like fell off on the music a little bit. So, I mean, it just kind of happened organically. And then from there, we started like building around that concept.
So, was you about to say something?
Nah, she hit the note.
With the way that y'all do y'all music, just how did y'all, especially the last tape, because I wasn't able to get a chance to listen to all of y'all music. So especially the last tape, like what was y'all whole mindset going into it?
Well, he starts with the beats.
Yeah.
He produces the whole thing. Like he make all of the beats. I really kind of feed off of what he kind of goes through these like times where he like feeling like this. So he might have a batch of music that sound the same, or like he naming them all colors. So he got like this batch of beats that's like red, blue, purple. Like so you know what I'm saying? We go through, we listen to them like, okay, like yeah, that's cool or whatever, and it just kind of just go organically from there. Like I might come up with a hook. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's kind of how it is. Like it's just like as a creator, like as a producer, I'll say, like it's like she said, I go through phases that like where I got inspirations. I may have been listening to this type of music for this couple months, and you get that, and yeah, but we both like kind of naturally indecisive. So like I do that, and I know like, all right, we gotta work. We gotta get these together and get them out. Because if we don't, we'll pass them up. You know what I'm saying? So like the process was just like we had made a batch before that, a good batch of music when we was like getting our legs, and then once we had our conversations or whatever, it was like, all right, bet we need to make this sound like the neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How like what was some of our influences? Like I know I talked to Tish. She was telling me like some of the people she liked growing up. So you know, like a Neighborhood Watch. You know what I mean? Like that was aiming to be like more slow not neo soul, but you know what I mean? Or like a Granny was like a little bit more up tempo, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of feeding off of like I don't know. It was just trying to create the atmosphere that we were, you know what I mean?
That we grew up in.
Yeah,
like you said, like it was like the soundtrack of the neighborhood, really.
Yeah.
That was the thought process of going into it after a while.
So even speaking on y'all beats, those are interesting too, because you know y'all are very different even in y'all beat selection from you know the rest of Detroit rappers. What what made you take down that lane? And with that question, are you the only person that produce y'all beats, or do y'all go to other people also? For the second question, I'm the only person that has produced for No Politics. And that's kind of intentional because when we said we was going to do it, we was like, the idea originally was like, we're going to be like a hip-hop rock band. So like hip-hop rock?
Yeah, well, not like rock, not like a genre, but like, you know how like,
like
we don't go to the, everything we do, we're going to do here. In this, at the time it was bedroom, then we had our own studios, then now it's like the basement. But like, we just going to keep it gritty. We're not going to do no big, nice studios for now at least. And so it's just homegrown. So I made all the beats. As far as what led me to my style, I'm not naturally a musician. Like I've always been a writer, but I'm not like natural. I wasn't in band. I didn't do anything, I don't know, like music theory naturally. So like through No Politics was around the time when I first started learning how to make beats. So I kind of had like a minimalist style out of just the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then like I just built upon it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I did learn things and I tried things and I just kind of found my niche. It's like no real reason to it. You know, I got influences that probably like.
Who are some of yours as like a beat maker?
If I'm going sample, Ninth Wonder. Really like Ninth Wonder.
I noticed that too. You real fire with those, most definite.
With the chops?
Yeah, the samples. Yeah, the samples is fire. Like, was the Rose, I'm assuming that was a sample at the beginning?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was hard. Like when when it came in, that was fire.
We used a lot of the same samples for that project.
I used the same.
Really?
The same artist.
I won't say her name just because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I can't give all the other tricks. But I use the same artist for most of them, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, but Ninth Wonder, I was always a big Pharrell fan. I like Nip production team. I like 1500 or Nothing. I like Mike and Keys. But I like Helluva. I think Helluva's dope. Cardo, I like Cardo. It's a lot, man. I absorb music, man. I just like that. But.
Do you ever dabble in trying to make beats?
No, I used to when I was little. Like when I first kind of like gravitated towards music, my dad had a studio in the basement, so he had like the whole setup. He still got it. Like he go crazy with it. But I used to try to like play the piano and make beats. That's how I first started. Before I was writing, before I was actually thinking I can be like a rapper, I was trying to make beats. But like opposite of him, I actually, you know what I'm saying, know like the music theory a little bit, not so much anymore, but I was a band geek and all of that in elementary through high school. So yeah, I don't go back to it though. I don't know why.
I feel that, I mean, because I played football when I was a kid and, you know, that's over.
Yeah.
So I feel you. I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
One big question. How do y'all even know each other? I don't think I even asked y'all that
That's
yet.
a good question.
Oh, you went to school together?
Went to high school together.
Okay.
For a year.
Unfortunately.
But we have the same like friend group, so, you know, we was around each other all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did y'all get to the point where y'all was like, yo, we need to do some music? Like, did y'all even know that y'all was doing music?
No. The shit, I'll tell you the very day. You remember? You probably don't remember.
This got to be a good story. Then.
It's a pretty good story.
I don't remember.
So, like, you know, we was always, like, we met in, like, ninth grade. I think me and you, we met in ninth grade, but we got kind of, like, cool in, like, 10th grade. But we had the same group of friends, which is known mostly as BGK these days. But we used to just hang out, right? Like, throw little random house parties, but we was just kicking it all the time. One day, me, her, and my homie Fresco was, Fresco Bundles. We were just riding around, and Tish mama had a minivan called the Shaggin' Wagon is what we called it. We were just riding around.
Shaggin' Wagon.
That's what you got.
What kind of car was it really?
A Ford Windstar.
Yeah, it's a Windstar. With the doors that open up. You push the button and the doors open.
Yeah, so we hanging. This is like right after college. Tish had just came home. Fresco had just came home. I was still here, like from college. I stayed here for college. We was riding around. We went downtown to Eminem and Jay-Z had a concert at the time at Comerica Park.
Okay.
And we was just chilling, like just listening to the music because we wasn't in there. It was like a whole street with like people who was just outside.
Just outside.
Yeah, and Jay-Z had went off. We heard him go off. And then like 10 minutes later, we was still chilling, waiting for Eminem to go on. And like we saw like a Yukon pass by. And like Jay-Z rolled the window down and was like, you know what I'm saying? And my homie was like, oh shit, that's Jay-Z the fucking like a Michael Jackson movie.
The stage. That was crazy.
It was literally like a 10-minute thing, just one Suburban, real low key. He just rolled by with the fucking whole shades and shit. Was like, peace. And my homie was like, oh shit. Like, he's like literally, he the only one who saw him and shit. And like, oh shit. And so we was like, damn, Jay-Z just said something to us. That was our call, and we need to go rap. And like we just fucking went, and like I think I had like freestyled a little bit that summer, but like that was our first time knowing Tish could rap. You know, like we just fucking was playing beats and just freestyling straight into the computer.
It was just y'all three to start.
That was it. Us three and some Smirnoff Ice. We were drinking wine coolers.
Yeah, I'm naturally really shy. So like when it's a group of dudes for the most part, like, you know, they are freestyling and stuff like that. I knew I loved music. I knew I like was writing and stuff like that, but I ain't never really like put myself out there, but every now and then I would and like surprise them or something. Yeah,
that shit was crazy because we was like, damn, she really sweet. I had to send you some of that shit. I got them locked. I got them locked on YouTube, so I had to.
Hey, listen, you thought you had the Shiny Shine locked.
Dog found that shit. Dog found that shit.
Oh, you found a Shiny Shine?
No,
not me,
interview.
but the interview he was on.
Spooty
okay.
found it.
Oh yeah, he did. I remember they said that.
For
That's
sure.
Funny.
But yeah, that's how that was the first time we ever started rapping. And then like shortly after that, we bought a mic and like I was like, fuck it.
And we was rapping straight into a laptop. Like it was no mic, it was nothing. Like we planned the beat off the laptop and recorded.
Yeah, ridiculous as shit.
A whole mixtape.
Listen, I can feel y'all because you know, people that starting podcasts, a lot of people do that. They start off a phone.
Hell yeah.
They start off a iPhone camera right there.
Yeah.
You feel me? And just another phone right here, and we all gonna speak it to it.
Gotta get it how you live.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get it how you live, man. That's what it is.
If we would have had phones and shit back then, I think things would have turned out a lot different up to this point because we was like right on the edge of so much technology. Like we was right before streaming, but right after music.
Like really, social media wasn't really popping like that for real.
Yeah, it was a weird space. Like people weren't buying CDs, but streaming didn't exist. So it was like, how do you get your music out? Instagram didn't exist. Social media was still new. People didn't know how to use YouTube for real.
We was in a SoundCloud era.
Yeah, like I remember SoundCloud.
I was gonna say before SoundCloud. Yeah, really.
Bandcamp.
Fucking Bandcamp. Yeah.
Because really the big blasting. That was like what 2015, 2016.
Yep, around
So
that
like
time.
even before that, like y'all said y'all started around 2011. So that was a
SoundCloud was some whole other shit. I remember it. Like it wasn't like a big like social thing. It was literally like a budding website. I remember like somebody
It was
sending me
very
some
new.
shit on SoundCloud. Like yeah.
Do you make all your beats also?
No. Personally, I'm open. I got a few producers that I work with consistently. I've been producing more of my stuff, but no, I don't just rely on me.
I feel that.
Yeah.
When you go to other people, do you kind of like try to look for your beats within other beat makers?
No.
Okay.
It's the opposite. Like
Really?
sometimes I hear some shit like, man, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? No offense to nobody, but it's people who, when I'm looking for producers, I like listen to their whole catalog. Like that's why like I
Not
can't,
just the popping songs.
yeah, I can't do tight beats. I can't just go and like find somebody off like BeatStars or some shit. No disrespect, because I like to hear what they can do for other people too. You know what I'm saying? Like I go listen to who they've produced for. You know what I mean? If they rap themselves, I listen to their project, and I like to really just get a taste for their sound. And sometimes you just know it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some producers that I really like Eli Miles, Dag, Jeeps. You know what I mean? I've been working with my homie Jerry Parker lately. I don't want to. 808 got me started. I can't not say nothing about 808. That's my dog. But just people like I just build chemistry. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look for I look for the beats that I like from people. You know what I mean? That I feel.
I know you dropped a new tape lately. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, it's called Scene.
And take us through like when you first started making it, and all that.
Scene was actually semi-recorded over a few years. Me and Tish had owned a studio not too far from here, and we was providing services instead of rapping. So that's kind of like what the gap between our music was we was doing something else. And when we decided we didn't want to do that no more, it felt like it wasn't serving us. We was like, all right, bet. So like we just closed the studio down during COVID, moved everything back in the crib, and I was like, all right, bet, we gonna work. And then was just some of the first songs was like Marble Floors, and I was just recording, you know what I'm saying, and I just sat on them, you know what I mean, until I kind of got an idea of what to do with them. And I actually worked on a lot of other music that I was gonna put out before that, but I was able to formulate it. But yeah, it's just a introspective look on like different things in my life, you know what I'm saying, and I just wanted to communicate in a way that's like, I tried to make something that younger me would have been able to appreciate, like some of the ideas and things that I thought was cool when I realized them, or things I wish I would have knew when I was younger. Like, you know what I mean? The tape I would like to hear from an artist that I listened to when I was younger. That's kind of what I tried to do with Saying.
That is the most interesting way I've ever heard of looking at an album. like from an artist, like that's a very interesting way of looking at the way you gonna create an album.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
And that's how he create all his albums. I feel like they're
I do.
very well thought out.
Yeah, I sit down, but and also it's like, I got like my benchmark artists and projects that I like and I listen to, and like I'm like just been working up to being able to where I feel like I got a project that's like of that magnitude. Like for me, like certain J. Cole projects, like the warm up is still like
the greatest thing ever.
Pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my music to feel as whole as that. So like, that's where I went, like source like the homegirl Adria, and have her do the intro, try to give some of them classical elements, and like, get the vocalist on there, Tish, and just build, you know what I mean? And just
That was a really thought out answer. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
Y'all probably got some of the most thought out answers that came on the show so far. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of figured it was gonna be that way when I listened to y'all music though.
Yeah.
Like you could kind of tell that y'all really take y'all time with y'all music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through the music. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very well thought out.
Thank you.
For sure. I was really a fan. Like when you sent me the first DM, I was like, oh yeah, for sure.
My God, I appreciate that, man.
Most definitely.
Appreciate that. For sure.
When is the next project coming out from No Politics?
Funny you say that. Funny you say that. This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah. Oh, see, look, this y'all chance to promote it right here.
It's the first. You heard it first.
Literally
Popular
first.
loser.
See, look, there you
Popular.
go.
See, hey,
This weekend.
they took some of the questions, but you got the
Right.
first drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Tish, you can go ahead and tell them about the next joint.
Yeah, so we kind of played around with like the title and things like that. This title is actually a little longer than what we usually have. But it's a short project. It's really based on, it's kind of different, kind of like what he said earlier. Every project we kind of try to dive into something, a different experience. So this one we really wanted to dive into like the ups and downs of like a relationship. Kind of different, but I think people are definitely going to enjoy it. Especially coming off of like We Made It Back Home, which is a little more, it still holds like that seriousness that like our style brings, but it's just different. Like I think that's kind of cool that they can expect, or people can expect, you know, different projects from us. That's what I'm hoping that people get out of it when they hear this. Like, dang, you never know what you gonna hear from them for real.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah,
That was actually about to be my next
it's
question.
called
Thank
Whatever
you.
We Are. It's called Whatever We Are.
And what made y'all exactly pick that title?
Kind of like what I said, like, you know, it's in relationships or in a relationship where you kind of like in and out of it, or, you know, you going through your roller coaster of emotions with it, you kind of find yourself asking like, what are we? Like, you know, what's the title? So that's kind of like was the basis of coming to that title, like Whatever We Are. So, and we kind of sent you through a journey through our, you know, through the track list when you listening to it with that concept in mind.
What was your beat selection like going into this one?
I was trying to get in my Tish bag. like you said, like she said, she really like soul music. You know what I'm saying? So like in a quest to find our sound, like, you know, just experimenting. And a few of these beats I had sent to her specifically. But, you know, every now and then I may have an idea, like, shit, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? And like, I think the first song that we got from this batch might have been Round and Round, which was some shit that was just like,
You had the hook.
I had just tried it, but I was like partying and shit and like going to the strip club. So like
that's really where the beat selection.
That shit. If I'm being completely honest,
To be honest, that sounds like more of a like a tempo rap. Then if you say strip club music,
it's like that middle.
Yeah.
It's like up. You still get like some up tempo ness of it, but it's still kind of like. You get soul too, like
gotcha. It's fast, but it's kind of groovy.
That's the style of his beats, though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about to just get a straight up tempo song unless he's making something like that. But his style, I don't know, it's like a weird mesh of the two.
Yeah, I make a lot of music. I like to listen to most of my music when I'm driving. So like a lot of it is like freeway music to me. You know what I mean? But a lot of these beats, like if you were to take the vocals off, I think you would kind of hear like some of the strip club influence, like just like the temptation of the strip club. Not necessarily like the boom boom bass, you know what I'm saying? Shake your ass.
You still get that bass though. Like
it is
it's like, you know, when you're in a strip club, it's like that muffled bass sound. You seem like it's far away, but it's like you really in the thick of it. It kind of give you that feel
for sure.
bit.
That's a very good description of it for sure.
So on the views side, you know, how y'all been doing in that way?
What you mean, like
videos and stuff like that?
YouTube, we've been struggling. But as far as like streams, I think we've been doing pretty good. Okay. You know what I'm saying? All things considered, and it's been picking up. So that's one thing that we've been working on. Like we said, like we came out at a weird time where like none of the metrics were completely different. So like once we got reemerged, it's like learning how to walk again. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to treat every platform like its own platform, and that's not how. You know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? In
the internet era, bruh, it's all difficult. I ain't gonna lie to you. Unless you kind of like,
but it's easy at the same time. It seems easier, but
and see, like it's a crazy thing, right? Like somebody could upload a video and be like, "This is how I got popping." Like you could have just been one of the lucky ones too. You know what I'm saying? Like people that get one hit wonders.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you could say, "Oh, this is how I blew up," but that was just that song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I was listening to a Black song. The artist Black, and he said he don't want to do that because then you become a song. Yeah,
for sure.
And it's you know what I'm saying, you don't want to blow up off that song and have to do that song forever and like have to follow that cadence and that you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. So, you know, what makes y'all keep true to that?
I think, well, to touch on that, answer that question and to kind of touch on what you was just talking about, like right before that, I don't think you can manufacture viral anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think like people, I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. And I'm fell victim, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to make something that's like, yo, this shit gonna get around. I think you gotta like learn the rules of it and just do what works best for you and learn your audience and go off of that. You know what I mean? Let it grow from there.
And to kind of relate it to your lyric, the hunger for validation and how you feel and believe me. So it all come full circle.
Yeah, that should drive you crazy too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but also, speaking from experience, when you try to do something, because I remember I tried to experiment with auto-tune when that shit was first like becoming a thing, and it's like you try to do it, and it's like not your bag, and it don't work, and you really look at it for what it was, it's like, yo, this was corny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like being corny is like terrible. You know, like that's one thing. Like we take ourselves very serious, so like, I mean, you might do some corny shit on accident, but I don't want to do no corny shit on purpose.
On
You know what I'm
purpose.
saying? For sure.
I feel that.
I think that what serves us best is just being ourselves and growing a following that's just going to always enjoy whatever we put out, or, you know, just they just enjoy our music. They love our style, kind of like how Currency fans are. I know he look at like Currency a lot. Or just like how Nipsey was, like with, you know, with the marathon. You just grow that cult following just based on the people that you relate to from just being yourself. So I think that would kind of like be the style that hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we end up being like one day.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's good that y'all say y'all kind of switched it up, I guess, because, you know, it kind of gives y'all a little more versatility maybe. So how do you feel like it really, really differs from y'all projects? Is it, you know, is it more of a like, because I know you said it's, you know, some more up-tempo beats. So, you know, is y'all cadence any different or?
I think this is definitely the most different you'll for sure hear from me. I think with Tish, she hasn't explored this lane too much, but she's shown way more glimpses of this type of music than I have. So I think in that regard, just period, is like, I think it's very different. You know what I'm saying? It's more R&B elements. It's fusion. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hip hop soul fusion. Like that's what hip hop is, I guess. But like you just gotta hear it. You know what I'm saying? And we could play some shit for you if you got time after this. You know what I mean? But
y'all might be able to play it. Actually, I don't know. Never mind.
we ain't got to break nothing.
Hey, listen, look, that's the LA Leakers for you right there, man.
LA Leakers.
Man, now listen, I'd have been the first ones. You hear me?
Yeah. We could figure something out to keep you the first one, though, for sure.
Most definitely. See y'all. Look, I'm getting all the exclusives.
Yeah.
You hear me? Popular loser.
Homie. Yeah, for sure. And respect on that name though. Like that's kind of what stuck out to me. Like, you know what I mean? When I came across you, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's an interesting name. And like, you know, I went to your TikTok again, talking about platform specific stuff and how you got it. I was like, okay, he managing this well. But you know what I mean? What was your, not to flip it on you, but flip it on, like what's your inspiration like for, you know what I mean?
Doing podcasting in general?
Well, your approach, like the popular loser, like yo.
I kind of said it in I think maybe my last episode. I don't know for sure, but honestly, it was kind of just like how you said, y'all. It was a play on words, no politics. It's kind of the same thing because you can't be popular and a loser. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. And then that's why in the intro I say, what I can't think of the intro off the top of my head. It's crazy,
hot seat,
man. But in the intro, I say okay, where it's okay not to fit in. Yeah. And that kind of go with the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's all like a full circle. So I don't know. I mean, and then for podcasting, I don't know, bro. I think I've been wanting to do this since I was 14 years old, bro.
That's dope.
I think I've been knowing what I want to do, honestly, since I've been about 14. I told myself I wanted to be on ESPN as the athlete or ESPN as the talker.
That's dope.
The athlete part didn't work out. It's life.
Yeah.
That's why it's only so many of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But you could be a reporter. You could be in the media. You could email. You can, you know, do rappers. You could do this. You could do that. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. So, I mean, it's just a way of finding it in the lane. But I feel like, man, I've been knowing I've wanted to do this for forever, for real.
That's what's up.
Too much personality to keep.
Yeah, gotta share it with the world.
Yeah, you got to push it out. Just like y'all music, it's the same thing. Like, it's not enough of y'all type of rap. It's not.
Appreciate that.
It's like, and coming from a person that enjoy that style of rap, you know what I'm saying? It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, you know, op. You know, actually, that's a good question. You know, with that being that way, how would y'all ever go about features? Because, you know, it's a lot of beef throughout Detroit right now.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying? Because
it's crazy.
One person might think, oh, he do music with him.
Yeah.
He with him. You know what I'm saying? So how would y'all, how would you go about that as an artist coming up in a city that's so, you know, music driven?
Well, I think, and not to sound old, I think a lot of that is kind of like the younger generation. So like a lot of those, like a lot of that stuff might not even line up just naturally anyway. But again, no politics. If somebody got a problem with somebody and I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's business.
It's business. You know what I'm saying? And it's possible for me to be cool with somebody just because you're not cool with them don't mean I can't be. You know what I mean? And even if it is the case, if a conversation come up, I tell people all the time, like, bro, like,
yeah,
that's your problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to you, but
nah,
like,
but
you know
that's
what I mean?
real though, and that's keeping it business. I feel like that's one
sure.
thing a lot of artists don't do is they don't keep it business. Like, it could be a lot of artists to make music with other artists, especially in this city. You know what I'm saying? And they can make so much money together, but they want beef.
We better together, man.
Yeah.
We better together, man. Listen, that's a quote for you right there. We better together.
I didn't make that up. I heard that somewhere. I can't think of. Oh, my homie Mitchell. Mitchell said that.
Oh, for
we
real?
so much better together. Yeah. Shout out
So
who was
much
Mitchell.
better together.
Yeah, because I mean, that's crazy. Because you know what I'm saying. It's like, and it's street stuff too. So we can't speak too much on.
Oh yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
There's a
Yeah.
lot to go into that. But like, you know. Just imagine, like, we getting our shine now, you know what I mean? Like, I remember back in the day when, like, seeing Dope Boys and Team Eastside come together for the first time, it was the dopest shit ever, because everybody had always imagined what a Payroll and Peasy track looked like, and now we get whole projects, and look what that do for both of them, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you could get more money, you know what I'm saying? More resources,
All of that.
Everything.
more views, like, it's just...
The more you beef, bro, the less you take people out of your corner.
Facts.
Because if you beef with this guy, you know what I'm saying, he might mess with him.
Yeah.
And this might be the biggest rapper in your city.
And the world's so small, like,
Man, what?
you're
It's
gonna
small,
bump into these people. You know what I'm
Literally,
saying?
you have to. Like, just
Especially
being in the same scene, too. Like, if you a rapper, you know what I'm saying, you might be going to the same studios. You know what I'm saying? It's 100,000 studios throughout Detroit.
Yeah, and a lot of people get caught in the middle of that shit, too. So, like,
Facts.
we don't have that problem, because, like... You know, like, it's people who we don't like, you know what I mean? It's people, I don't want to say that we don't like. It's people who we don't necessarily, like, fully rock with or whatever. But it's not, like, beef or whatever. Like, you're not going to like everybody you meet. That's okay. You're not going to do business with everybody who you know. It's a lot of rappers that I like and respect that, like, I ain't did no business with them and I don't necessarily plan to, but it's respect. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. Like, we don't get caught up in that, though. But that's not our lane either, so we don't got to deal with it.
I feel like that's another big thing, too. You know, y'all don't even come off as that, as that type of people. So, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's all good. Like, it's really got to be like
something crazy
for us to not like people. Like, it ain't too many people in the world that just, I don't like that person. You know what I mean?
I feel that. And last question for both of y'all, man. Who's some artists that y'all want to, you know, do something with outside of, you know, just, you know,
outside
y'all
of the
two?
city?
That, or, you know, even in the city. And if it's not any in the city, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is.
I never really put thought into who we would do stuff with together.
Or even like in y'all solo careers. I mean, yeah, even in y'all solo careers.
I don't know. It's a lot of people. I don't know.
I can't answer. I keep it in the city just so we ain't getting too, you know, because
I don't listen to a lot of Babyface.
You got 100,000.
I like Babyface.
You got 100,000 artists, you'll say.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
I
That's what I'm
got
saying. I've been listening to a lot of Babyface. I really like how Babyface. He melodic.
Yeah.
And he got bars too.
Ray dope.
Yeah.
Ray is dope.
Hey, never mind. I can't say that. Continue what you were about to say.
I would like to work with Ray, for sure. I would like to get a Big Herc track in. That's funny because
that's fire.
Yeah, but Big Herc is like the first Detroit rapper that like I knew. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
fire.
like he's
That's
like
that's
shit. You know what I mean?
That's fire.
Yeah, and I grew up on that side of town. Like I grew up like Linwood, DLA area. So like he was like from that way too for the most part. And like yeah, so like Babyface, Big Herc.
I like Rocky Bad a lot too. I remember you had said something about her.
I would like to work with Rocky, but I would love to see Tish work with Rocky Bad.
I like her music a lot.
She's dope
for
as
sure.
shit.
Yeah.
She from DLA too. You know what I'm saying?
She fired for sure.
Yeah.
You know, Detroit got a lot of talented women rappers.
Whole lot.
Most definite. Most definite.
Yeah.
Cash Doll was really supposed to be the one to really blow.
She doing her thing.
Yeah, she is though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. She definitely.
I like her because she's like multi-talented. You know, she's doing an acting thing. I think that she got a lot of potential to do more than just music.
Yeah, most definitely. I liked her role in BMF too.
She was
yeah, most definite.
Yeah, I like her because she like a boss. Like, you know what I mean?
Most
Like,
definitely.
like people say like we not like stereotypical like Detroit people or Detroit artists because we not like super flashy, real chill, real mellow. But I always love when somebody make it and them motherfuckers look like Detroit. Like Cash Doll
she definitely
is Detroit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love seeing Cash Doll win.
She definitely do the
Ray,
the swag.
you know, all of them just like that.
Really, it's a lot. The whole city is like
Facts.
on right now for real.
Yeah,
For
for
real.
sure. It's dope right
Facts.
Or
It's
even
a
like
lot of-
locally, like Eli Miles. I really like Eli Miles.
Eli,
music.
legend.
Have I ever done a song with Eli?
now. You never did music with them, but you
That's
did some of his
like
production.
even somebody as close as that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really know that name.
Eli Miles is one of Detroit's best kept secrets. He produced, speaking of Babyface, right? He produced Move to LA. I don't know if you listen to it. He produced Move to LA, and I went to New York. So he's a producer, but he can rap. He can songwrite. You know what I mean? He's mostly
So he just multi-talented.
he mad dope. Look him up, bro. Eli
pretty good.
Elimyles. Eli
Facts.
Miles. Yeah,
Gotta
for
look
sure.
him up.
One of the dopest.
I'm always interested into new music, man.
Yeah.
Always.
He produced some of the tracks on Scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, he produced Hard Liquor, Marble Floors, and Stars.
Those is good titles right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, man. But I think we're gonna get up out of here. You know, tell everybody where they can reach y'all at and you know, where to find y'all music.
Well, you can find the music anywhere. No Politics. Shaun Carlo, ShaunCarlo, Tish.
And then I'm No Politics Tish on Instagram. Yeah, look us up. Music everywhere. YouTube also. Got some videos on YouTube from the last project, so check us out.
Yeah, and I'm Carlo_No Politics on IG.
Another thing, they music videos, fire. The visuals, fire.
We shoot those.
Yeah, we shoot those.
Fire.
All by
Fire.
ourselves.
Especially mirrors, fire.
We shot that.
dang.
We shot
Fire.
that. Just us two, literally.
Us.
But all right, man, that's it. Popular Loser Podcast. Go everywhere. Everywhere. Popular Loser Podcast on YouTube, TikTok,
All that.
Instagram, all that. We out of here.